Now, for those of us who don't know, what is the name of that company that is it with your grandfather
Sure,
who created it?
It's Motivated Seafoods.
Okay.
Motivated. We've been in the oyster industry for 8 generations. The last 3 generations, though, we have been in the processing side.
Now, Motivated is spelled M-O-T-I-V-A-T-E-D. That's the word motivated, but your company Motivated is not spelled that way.
No, right.
How did you come to spell motivated the way that it's spelled today, which is not the traditional way that motivated is spelled?
Sure. Well, my grandfather was a motivational expert in the aerospace industry, so they would send him to plants that were underperforming, and he would either turn them around or tell them that they could never perform, and they would sell off those plants. His program for making things work right was called Motivate It. You know, it was Motivate It. That was his program he put in. When he came down and started the processing plant, this is in the 70s, you squish Motivate It into one word, you get Motivated. It looks French, very unique, and so it just stuck. So
is that the company that you work for today?
That is I'm the vice president of marketing for Motivated Seafoods.
Now, after you came back from Brigham Young, did you come straight back to Houma?
I did, yeah. Well, I mean, I had a web design firm in the middle, but I was still at BYU at the time. So right as I finished up school, my grandfather had invented this, and they were really saying, we have something to market. We think you can market it, and it just was a good fit.
What was your position when you came down here? Were you the vice president
No,
at that time?
I was the director of sales. In fact, I might have even been sales coordinator. I wasn't much. I mean, yeah, it was an entry-level sales position. And the first thing I did, because of my expertise, is didn't sell anything for 3 months. I just built a website to help me sell better, which was a point of much friction. You know, we're an oyster company. Why do we need a website? But that website has really grown to really help us and grow.
And what year is this, just to give some perspective?
This is the year 2000.
Year 2000, so that was 10 years ago.
Yes.
Now,
correct.
Tell me how your sales experience and your position as the sales director has helped the company. What is
well,
the
when I got here, we were heavy in crabs, and the crabs had kind of gone away. They'd closed the crab plant, and we were transitioning to just an oyster company. So our sales were very low, maybe $2 million a year. In the last 10 years, we've grown to more of a $11, $12 million a year company. And that's in gross revenue, not in profit, obviously. But I'll say I could sit here and take all sorts of credit, and boy, I did it. But really, we had a phenomenal product. With this high-pressure processed product, you had what we call, and what it is, the perfect oyster. I mean, it's an oyster perfectly removed from the shell. Nobody's ever touched it with their hands, so it's very fresh. It's a beautiful product. We've done many taste tests. We won what we call the Triple Crown of Taste. 3 years in a row, we were voted the best tasting raw oyster in America. A panel of 50 chefs rated our product in 4 categories. We got perfect scores in all 4 categories from all 50 chefs, which just doesn't happen. And that happened because we just have a phenomenal process. And so I was able to really come in and push that product around the nation. What's interesting is we're a very successful company in Houma, but we specialize in sending our product out. So there are very few places that sell our product in Houma because we just don't market here. Now, the 2 exceptions would be Cristiano's and Big Al's. So if you eat oysters there, they were probably from us. But really, we've just never marketed here in Louisiana. To be an oyster wholesaler in Louisiana, you need, I think, a pickup truck and a brother-in-law. That's about the requirement. So there's so much competition here. It's been very tough to keep and maintain business. So now we've really specialized. Our main markets are Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Miami, Boston, Chicago. And so basically I made a life of flying to those places and figuring out who needs oysters and how we could get them to them.
When we come back, we're going to talk about what motivated you to go from Motivated Seafood to public office. We'll be right back with interview with Mike Billiot.